our next guest was in one of the most popular and successful sitcoms ever made. He was loved by millions as Ross Geller in Friends, and alongside Monica, Phoebe, Chandler, Rachel and Joey, had us in stitches for an incredible 10 years. He's here today to tell us about his new project as a director, but before we find out about that, let's have a little trip down memory lane. Please welcome David Schwimmer. Welcome you have.
Hello.
Does this follow you around the world? Does everybody want to be your friend?
I wish this audience could come with me everywhere I go.
They will now.
That's very sweet. Thank you.
I'm sure you all sick to the back teeth of talking about Friends, but it still lives on in this country. In fact, it's still run all over the world. Do you think that Ross will outlive you?
I don't know. It's a good question. I've been thinking about it recently because now I'm a dad and I have a 7-week-old girl.
Oh.
And I was thinking, yeah, it's great. And I was thinking recently, well, that's going to be fun in 10, 14 years to show her that show for the first time. I think that'll be, hopefully, you know, I'll have the DVDs if it's still not on the air. So we'll see.
But you did enjoy your whole 10 years, did you?
Oh, yeah, it was great. It was the best job.
Do you don't miss it, though, now? No.
No, I mean, I think sometimes I miss that that rehearsal process and
camaraderie.
The spirit of collaboration between the actors and the writers on show night in particular, because we do it in front of a live audience like this, and if a joke didn't land for some reason, everyone would immediately huddle.
I came and shadowed an episode of Friends, and
Oh,
you're
did
absolutely
you?
right. I couldn't believe how quickly you all went, not funny, zoom, a whole crowd came out, blah, blah, blah. 5 minutes later, you're hilarious.
And a lot of the credit goes to these writers. Over 10 years, they kept hiring new blood and fresh ideas.
But he was always the butt of the joke, Ross, wasn't he? Did you mind playing the kind of the stooge in that respect?
No, I mean, you know, sometimes I think that's the most fun. I think great comedy comes from pain. And
well, he was painful at times.
Yeah, and I certainly could identify that with that. I mean, there was a time in my life, especially high school, those years between, you know, 13 and 17, that were so awkward and painful, and I think everyone can really identify with that. But
had you done much comedy before Friends? Because that pratfall you did then was just brilliant, perfect comedy timing and everything.
Cheers. Yeah, no, I had done some, but not a lot. I went to Northwestern University in Chicago, and it was doing serious acting and training in Chekhov and Shakespeare and Ibsen and Shaw, and I hadn't done a lot of comedy actually, and I was doing mostly dramatic work, and then suddenly got that show and thought, oh, I guess I can be physical. I mean, it was funny because it was my mom actually who later, when she saw the show and saw me doing some physical comedy, reminded me, because I'd totally forgotten, that that's actually what I started doing when I was 8, 9, 10 years old. To make her laugh, I would literally throw myself downstairs or bounce off.
It's extreme, throwing yourself downstairs.
I know, I would just be bouncing off furniture constantly, you know, like doom, doom, you know, and so I
Can I ask you, will Friends ever reunite, or will there be a film?
I don't think so. You know, you know, a lot of people have asked about that, and I think the truth is, I really loved how the show ended. I felt it ended on the right note, and I personally can't think of a really good reason to come back.
Do you all still see each other? You all still mates?
You know, again, the truth is, we see each other individually. Like, I probably see Matt LeBlanc the most, but I live in New York.